Hello everybody, thanks for watching. You're watching Gryphon's Comic Book Picks, and yep, we're back. We're back on the air. We are changing up our format. Instead of seeing weekly videos, you're going to see monthly videos. We're going to do once a month because we're going to start focusing everything that's here in previews, comic book wise. And we want to talk about previews here. First off, what's previews? For those of you who don't know, there is this massive distribution company that essentially distributes all comic books and a lot of cool toys and stuff like that, right? And they put out this magazine here called Previews, which looks big. It is big. Looks like it's going to be expensive. It's only $4.50. It's less than a lot of comic books. And it has in here all the books coming out from all sorts of publishers, plus all sorts of cool toys. There's so much that's in this magazine that you'll never even see on our shelves, simply because we can't take the risk on ordering everything here, but there might be something here that you might really dig. So, they actually come out they give you quite a heads up here. This is January's previews for this month, or for month of January 2015. Most of the product in here isn't going to even hit the shelves until March. So you got plenty of time. With that being said, let's get into some of the stuff that's coming out here in late February and in March. We're going to go through this book. It'll give you plenty of time to get all the stuff that you think is cool on your pull list. Always get them ordered, and so you don't have to worry about trying to catch up with everything. We'll already know that you want it. Alright, so let's start talking about all the comics that we think are cool that are coming out here in the next few weeks. We're going to start with Dark Horse because, like previews, it essentially goes in alphabetical order. We'll just follow that. Alright, the first Dark Horse book that we want to give a shout out to is called Neverboy #1. It's only going to be 6 issues long, not a very long series. And it's written by Sean Simon, who worked on True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, and might have been in that band My Chemical Romance. I'm not really sure because I'm not a big fan of My Chemical Romance, but I am a fan of comics. This looks like a real interesting read. It's about an imaginary friend, essentially. He's the main character, who's in reality enough to able to imbibe in drugs, and that keeps him in reality. So it looks like this kid's imaginary friend is able to stay in reality as long as he's not sober. Sounds interesting. Now, DC, this is going to be a big year for DC. If you're a DC fan, you've already heard about Convergence. Now, Convergence #0, it's going to be on sale April 1st. It's in this month's previews. What is Convergence? It's essentially going to be the resetting of the DC universe. And from what I understand, it's all been on this, power-hungry god and this crazy child. I think the crazy child might be a weird manifestation of Brainiac. Not 100% sure. But what we do know is that this is going to involve stories from all throughout the DC timelines. You're talking about stuff like Kingdom Come, New 52, everything before New 52, and weird things like I said, Kingdom Come, but like Red Sun and stuff like that. So all these versions of the DC universe, I guess, are going to be involved in this storytelling. Really big event for DC, starting with Convergence #0 on sale April 1st. Next DC book I want to talk about is Justice League #40. This is the start of a new story arc. It's called the Dark Side War, and from what we can tell, this is what, this whole run of New 52 Justice League has been leading up to. Probably going to be the last big story arc for this run of Justice League. But yeah, very interesting, because Darkseid has been a huge overpowering force in this run. Okay, we can't talk about DC without talking about Batman. And wow, this is going to be a major issue. Batman #40 is the one we're talking about here. Of course, Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo just been knocking it out of the park. This is going to be apparently the last, chapter of the Endgame story arc, which has involved the Joker, and Batman so far, and it's just been super incredible. I'm really excited to see how it all plays out. Now, as all you DC fans know, in the last several months, DC's been doing a real fun run on variants, like themed variants, the selfie variants, the Flash variants, stuff like that. Some cool ones coming out. February is going to be Harley Quinn's month, so you'll see a ton of Harley Quinn variants. Even more fun, I think, though, we'll see in March and into April a lot of what are called movie poster variants. You got to check these out online. They look a lot of fun. They're taking essentially our favorite comic book DC heroes and incorporating them into the styles of like classic movie posters. Okay, moving on down the alphabet, we're going to talk about Image Comics next. And man, just like they usually do, Image is coming out with a whole slew of #1s this month. So, first Image book we're going to talk about coming out is Chrononauts #1, written by Mark Millar, who is well known for such things as Kick-Ass, Starlight, great author. Red Sun, great author. And yeah, he's the Chrononauts. It looks like it's going to be essentially like a time-traveling buddy comedy. Awesome. Descender #1 also looks like it's going to be awesome, mostly because the author, Jeff Lemire, has a great track record. He's done a lot of awesome stuff, most notably Trillium with Vertigo. Also with Vertigo, he did Sweet Tooth. So he's been knocking it out of the park of late. This Descender seems to be about an android boy who's living in a world, a universe where androids are illegal. So he's fighting for his own survival. Expect it to be super funny and entertaining, and at the same time, super tragic, because that's what Lemire does. All right. So Image has a lot of other #1s that are coming out this month that are in the magazine that are definitely worth mentioning, but we just don't have enough time to get into full detail on them. Invisible Republic #1 is one of those. This looks like a really interesting sci-fi fight the man kind of a deal. Southern Cross #1 also looks like an interesting sci-fi written by Becky Cloonan. This is more of a looks like a sisters going out to the moon of Titan, figure out why her older sister died out there. So kind of a murder mystery, perhaps. Eric Powell, Eisner Award winner, well known for his work on The Goon. He's got a new book coming out here with Image called Big Man Plans #1. Looks like it's about a very angry little person. And Xavier Dorison's doing Red One #1. Also looks like it's going to be a real cool story about a Russian spy sent to the U.S. to become U.S.'s like #1 superhero, and at the same time spread communist propaganda throughout the society's youth. All right, now we're getting to the point of the video where we're talking about Marvel, who are so special they come with their little own mini previews magazine. So Disney owns Marvel, owns Star Wars. If you didn't already know, Marvel's now putting out Star Wars comic books. And the one that I've read so far that's out as the time of this is being filmed was actually really good. I was really pleasantly surprised with it. So I can't wait for the Darth Vader #1 to come out. And I'm also really excited about Princess Leia #1, which is coming out. And the team that's on Princess Leia is awesome. Mark Waid, Terry Dodson. Mark Waid did a killer job with Daredevil. So highly recommend checking this one out. So, Marvel is having a cool crossover event that's happening in February, March, and April. It involves Guardians of the Galaxy and the X-Men. It's called The Black Vortex. Seems pretty interesting. It involves a slew of titles, however. So as we talk about what the Black Vortex is going to be, we'll just put the titles all over my face and body and whatnot. So, the Black Vortex. When an ancient, long-lost artifact surfaces on the far side of the cosmos, various alien contingents begin scrambling to harness its incredible power. But at what first promises to be a bright icon of hope, soon turns into a weapon of complete and utter destruction. A threat so powerfully devastating, it will take the combined might of both the X-Men and the Guardians of the Galaxy to defeat. Alright, Griffins and Marvel fans, the next titles I'm going to be giving out are going to be a slew of #1s that Marvel's going to be putting out in February and in March. Definitely want to check these out. First one I'm going to talk about is Jeff Lemire. I know, he's doing something for Marvel. He's such a good author. He's going to be doing the all-new Hawkeye. Hawkeye #1. Yep. Also, you got to be excited for Howard the Duck #1. Yes, Howard the Duck is getting his own book again. Out of the pages of Amazing Spider-Man, we are getting Silk #1 and Spider-Gwen #1. So the Spider Universe is way expanding with 2 more books, both of which are great characters. With the way previews is set up, the magazine previews, they have all the big publishers alphabetically, and then they break it down into a lot of the more independent publishers, guys like Dynamite, Boom Studios, Avatar Studios, stuff like that, right? So I flipped through there, and they come out with a lot of material. So I just picked a couple that I think you guys might enjoy. The first of which being from Boom Studios, Bill and Ted's Most Triumphant Return. Yes. Thanks a lot for watching. We really appreciate it. I highly encourage you to check out our website, Gryphon Games and Comics. We have all sorts of great material out there about all the stuff we're doing. A lot of cool blogs are out there as well. I would also recommend you to nab your own copy of previews. You can even add previews to your pull list if you want. Again, it's only $4.50 for this giant catalog, and it has all sorts of stuff. I barely scratched the surface of all the material that is available in here, and I'm talking about toys, t-shirts, awesome action figures, other collectibles, all this stuff that you love and that you want to have. This is where we get it from. This is where you can see it first. So check that out. It's well worth it. We do have copies here in the store if you just want to thumb through copies too. Hey everybody, again, thanks a lot for watching. We really appreciate it. This is a new format, so if you have any comments or any questions, if you want to see us do stuff differently, let us know. Just throw it down in there in the comments. Please subscribe and let your friends know about it. Share this stuff with all your loved ones who also love comic books. Thanks a lot for watching again. We appreciate it. Bye.